For the last 13 years,
more irises,
volunteers from all over
that's lovely.
worked almost daily to help brighten the days of those who most needed it.
It's just sort of this piece of sunshine, if you will, that we can share.
They were all part of the Bloom Project. We've done a lot of stories on the nonprofit over the years, like this one from Valentine's Day 3 years ago.
You guys are awesome.
The project started in a garage with just a few flowers. It soon grew into an organization of more than 200 volunteers who worked inside this donated warehouse, arranging beautiful bouquets out of donated flowers. Flowers that perhaps didn't sell that week at the grocery store and otherwise would be tossed out. The floral bouquets were loaded into volunteers' cars and delivered to more than a dozen hospices in Portland and beyond. But then came COVID. The Bloom Project was forced to temporarily shut down in mid-March due to the outbreak. Now, with the pandemic in its 8th month, the nonprofit announced it's closing for good. Over the past 13 years, the organization delivered an estimated 282,000 bouquets to patients in Portland, Central Oregon, even San Francisco. The thank you notes pinned to one of the warehouse's walls, a reminder over the years how much this volunteer work meant and how many lives these blooms touched. In Southwest Portland, Keely Chalmers, KGW News.